Hello everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Blind. It's time. I think this is part of the last trial. If I had to guess, the trial probably goes into 2 parts, and I'm not sure how long they are. Just a heads up, this one might not be as long as possible till the break. It depends how long it goes, because I've been feeling a little under the weather lately, so I hope you understand. My voice is a little bit tired. Maya, how are you doing today, darling? You look great. Good morning, Max. Oh, he does not look so great. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. Yeah, what's the matter? I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Oh, he still gets stage fright, does he? That's cute. Who's that? It's Regina! Oh, darling. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? I wonder why, though. Isn't this going to be bad for her to see? So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. What does that mean? Today. Please tell me she's not going to be a witness later. I don't want to witness her. Oh. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Oh, she's so darling, isn't she? Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? I'm assuming we're only talking to Acro today, right? Mo? Top of the morning to ya, governor? Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Uh-oh. Much like this trial. Here, Max, I brought you some present. Have a milk. Have a milk. A milk. A singular milk, Max. Oh, my thank you. So, how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real criminal. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. Oh, is this another hint? Do I have to be careful here? Uh-oh. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Oh no! Do we really have to be careful? Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. Evidence. Okay. We'll have to just look at everything. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Why? Is she gonna be okay with it? Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. Well, I guess so, but isn't this gonna be really hard on her? Uh-oh. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes. That's why I brought her here to court today. I was wondering why she was here. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. Well, I mean, they could. You don't know for sure. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Well, that's fine for you. Man, let people believe what they want to believe. It's like up to them, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to argue semantics with this clown. I've got court stuff to do. Hi, darling. How are you today? Judge! Oh, what a beautiful beacon of light you are, darling. How are you? How's your beard?
The court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Right. Well...
Order, order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
You did not. No, you didn't.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Oh, poor Gumshoe, he didn't get any sleep or anything, did he?
Oh, I know. Jeez.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Good one, Phoenix. It wasn't really that good, though. Hello. I'm still really not sure about him. I don't know what to do.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night. I mean, that I believe. If you look at the map... Oh, sorry, that's her. I couldn't see it. Look at it. It's like, it's over all the text. You can't really read it.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
Yes, it is. So no one's arguing that. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. Here we go. Let's listen to this. So is this really something I can't just press everything with? We're going to find out. What you witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Okay. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Did you? Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. Something's already wrong here. Sorry, I don't usually break up testimony because I want to hear all of it, but That's what I thought. Okay, hang on to that thought. I was like, wait a minute, he's got his hat on, but didn't we see it? On the floor? Didn't it drop wherever whoever escaped dropped it? So would it be in the silhouette, or does the silhouette have no bearing is the thing? Alright, hold on to that thought. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. That's all? Wait, that's it?
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Wait, what you got, Phoenix? Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
That is not how sentences work.
A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Ooh, no! She's bringing out the hard guns now, Phoenix, slap her! You don't have to take this!
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
But can I actually cross-examine him? Or do I have to be careful? I'm a little worried about what they said. Well, let's try it and see. What's the worst that's gonna happen? We'll lose, like, a little bit of health? It's not that big of a deal. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Let me just see what happens. I believe this statement, but I'm still gonna see what happens. I'm not sure about what they said. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains?
Yeah, wouldn't you have done? Hello? Sir? I'm talking to you. Oh. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. What?
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers.
Oh. The witness will proceed with his testimony. Man, even she's not having any of it. God. Okay, so I got away with that. So we're okay. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Okay. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing Acro doesn't seem to get results. It really doesn't. He's just kind of straight and narrow. He's not really giving us any info. Maybe something contradictory. Hang on a minute.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing. I don't know if that's a trap. Till I can find a clear contradiction. I don't think that much is a contradiction. He heard what he heard. Yeah, I think they're baiting me into something here. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. Well, I'm definitely pressing this. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. What? Phoenix? Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human. Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I'm afraid that I feel like this is on every single one. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. Okay. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. Okay, wait a minute. Something might be here. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? Oh, maybe this is what we need. Is he going to talk about the silhouette? Because I think that's what I want to get him on if we can. The safety lights lit thing up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. Here we go. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
Did you? I clearly saw... No, you didn't. No, I don't think so. Unless they're going to go with it fell off after the fact. Is he going to go with that? Ooh. No, I don't think so. I think this is all we're going to go on. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit. Yeah, okay, Phoenix, I think so too. Okay, that's the only time he actually spurred me on to do something. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. What, darling?
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
Yeah, the hat. It's gotta be, right? It was at the scene of the crime on the floor. It's all covered in snow and stuff. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. No, you didn't. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That's rude. Phoenix is in a wheelchair. He probably couldn't. Oh, that would have been difficult considering the state I'm in. Yeah, that's what I just said. Just looking outside the window was tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Nope. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Oh, shoot. Here we go. I wonder what Acro's gonna do, like, when he has, like, his weird, like, angry breakdown, because he seems, like, so eerily calm. Some of the other people that we've had, you can guess what they'll do, but I'm kind of anxious and excited to see it.
Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking.
It's you, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's Maya.
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Oh. I don't know if he actually has a real grudge against Max. You're definitely dreaming. No, is he the real culprit? Are we going with that off the bat? Whoa. Out of all the people, he only seemed to really have a grudge with Regina. He didn't really say too much about Max, although he didn't seem to like him that much. Ooh. This seems really, really harsh right off the bat. I'm doing it. I don't trust him at all. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Oh boy, that's gonna cause some hub. Yeah!
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. Nice pun, Phoenix. I liked it.
Ha ha ha. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try to grab at an audience's hearts and minds.
That's not what I'm trying to do here, but I'll try to grab at your heart if you let me. Wait, what? No? Too soon? I thought it was slick.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness.
Yeah, he's got birds. He's too busy with them.
He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. That's what I said. Oh, Franny, we're on the same page, darling.
Oh, what? There's a bird poking at Phoenix! What is this? Oh no! Stop that, I'm not a flower. He is staying rather calm and collected. That could just be a facade, though.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say anything, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's too convenient, isn't it, though?
That's true.
I don't trust him. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things. Oh, now he's gonna try to play on their heartstrings, eh? I don't think so. That's also the oldest trick in the book.
See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
Just hold your hubs. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Oh.
Phoenix is a poopy head.
Oh. Oh. I mean, he kind of is a little bit.
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this.
Did I fuck up? Oh, I hope not.
I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well?
Do I have anything?
I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. Did he?
Did you just save that for me?
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did, though.
Who?
Mo wouldn't have done it. Ben wouldn't have done it. Not Max or Regina. He doesn't control the animals, really, does he? No, my gut instinct is to say no. Or is she trying to bait me into saying he had an accomplice? To throw me off the track of how I'm feeling about him? I don't think he did. That's what's in my heart of hearts. But how? I have a small idea, but I don't think I'm right. Okay. I'm going all in on this.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
No, I said no. Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
She was definitely baiting me to say that. She thought I'd go for that in an instant. You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Really, though? Jeez. I'm really worried about what I thought before.
What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Honestly, my first thought is that he pushed something out the window. But could he really have done it? Could he really physically do that?
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me.
When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? In his room, I'm assuming. He can't really be anywhere else. It has to be here. Yeah, it has. No, I'm still going with the fact. Personally, I think he dropped something on him. Because remember, there was no footprints of anyone to strangle him or hit him over the head down at the ground. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room?
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Perhaps he was poisoned. There's a couple of things it could be.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
He's gonna hide it till the end, isn't he? No, I don't trust him at all. I think I'm right about this. It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. Jeez, cool as a cucumber, huh? We're gonna have to get him in a slip-up.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witnesses stated, your assertion is impossible. As he's in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
He didn't go there. He didn't have to go. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? Yeah, but
No. It's still not right. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
be careful, Nick, if you mess up here.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he killed the ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Oh my god, I think I just figured out how!
Hang on. I wanted to look at evidence to see what he actually had. Oh, no. I think I just got it. I think the picture just came to me. Where is it? Where's the evidence? Is it not here? This. We don't actually have the bust, but we have the picture of it. Is this it? It was taken from the cafeteria before the crime, remember? It has his hat. It doesn't have the roses, but I guess they could have attached a cape to it? Oh, that seems a little bit weird though, doesn't it? But this is the only thing heavy enough. That looks like Max. That's too much of a coincidence. Oh, shoot. Am I actually right? I'm right, aren't I? Wait, okay, present evidence. We have to do this first. Oh my god! I just had a literal vision of, like, it falling on him. Because at first I actually thought it was the box. But then I'm like, well, how did the box get underneath him, though? The trunk. That was the only other heavy thing we really had. Alright, okay. I think I'm right here. He threw a lion at him, Your Honor. Oh my god. The fact that it was taken and that it looks like Max is way too much of a coincidence. I don't know why I didn't get it before.
What's that, a picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it's also very, very heavy. That's right, it was life-size too. I forgot that part. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Oh, there it goes, girl, your bra. It's alright. Uh-oh. He's got that serious look. Is anything else gonna happen? See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Oh. Well.
Why, thank you. Order. So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were struck in a wheelchair, or stuck, sorry, it would be incredibly easy to commit. What, darling? How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. He's very fit, though. Have you seen his arms? He's jacked. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. That's true. Look at him. He's absolutely ripped.
Mr. Jingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Oh, well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things this time. Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony you say?
Get a doctor up in here. Isn't that what the law would actually do? She's just using this testimony as a rose to stall for time. Yeah, she sure is. That's exactly what she's doing. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. What? The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Ooh, at least we got that close-up of her face.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Jingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition.
Like he's gonna tell the truth. You gotta get a doctor in here. That's what Judge Judy would do.
If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
Yes. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. Yeah, she sure will. We have more testimony then? Fine.
Acro's physical state.
I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That is true. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well... wait a minute. Like I said, I don't like doing this, but let me look at something. Something about the box is bothering me. Alright, maybe it'll be evident once we talk to him a little bit more. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over the window. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
It's a farce. I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
You mean like you just did? Please. Yeah, come on, Phoenix. It's okay. We got this. Some of them I might not press, depending on. Because he doesn't seem to be giving much. Suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Wait, let me look at them all real quick. Strong upper body from working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. That seems true. Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. Would it have been, though? There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. This is the part that really bugs me right here. This one. I don't... he would have seen it. Wasn't the ringmaster carrying something? Either that, it's just weird because, like, the box, that's the problem. Like, was he stooped over the box? Was he carrying the box? That could have alluded to it. Hang on a minute. I want to see what he says about this, too. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. I don't know, I feel like you could have had that thing in your lap and tipped it over the side, though. I feel like that would have been very easy. Yeah, that didn't give me anything. There's no way I could have exerted the force on my lower body. Phew. How long do you think your recovery will take? You'd have to remember that the nerves were severed. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%.
Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not have been able to see out the window. But what if he had it in his lap? I don't buy this for one crappy minute. Ugh.
Now, I'm pressing this because something's weird with this right here. He specifically says the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? Thus, there's no way that I would have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Something's weird here.
What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust.
That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. I think the picture is what we need. Without looking down. Is that really it, though? I gotta press something here because they're definitely baiting me to do it. No, you haven't. We're not done. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? No, come back here. Let me see something really quick. Okay. I think I know what it is. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, oh my god! Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Oh, was I right?
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting.
Oh, yes, hurry up and explain things.
Maybe you should take a look at this photo. The key point here is the wooden box. I knew it. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. Oh, sorry, that was the judge. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? He wasn't carrying it. It was outside already. See, I wasn't sure. This was my thoughts. Either he saw the box because he was holding it, or he heard him walking in the snow. Because you would have heard that. When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding. That is true. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene. Oh, man. So the game helped me out there a little because I forgot that one little piece of information. I almost thought they were going to say, you could hear him walking in the snow.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
They planted it there so he would stop. Well, that makes perfect sense. The moment that bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean...
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. Really? Oh, really? You believe it.
Don't you believe it? Order! This is unbelievable!
But is it? Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. That's right, Phoenix.
So the next question I have is who placed the wooden box at the scene?
Ooh. It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! Ow! Oh no! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. That's right! Weren't they saying that it was really strange? Weren't they saying how heavy it was? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. He couldn't lift it, he had to stoop over. The box has a remarkable weight. We weren't even sure what was in it. We still don't know if there is actually anything in it or not.
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required...
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out, and that's why he was hunched over it.
Box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Oh, there it goes again. You need to get your ass to Victoria's Secret, I'm just saying. You get there quick. They're having a sale. No? Okay. You alright there, guy? He's... Oh. I've heard what you've had to say. Is he freaking out? Uh-oh. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust onto the ringmaster?
What are you talking about? Even if I had wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? Yeah, it was in the cafeteria. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria, but it was taken the day before.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... Wait, no! Either someone got it for him, or I've got a really bad feeling about this. You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to I have a bad feeling about this. At first I was like, there's no way it could be this, because how would he carry it himself? But then I'm like, if you go into Acro's room, there's a frickin' tuba in there. So how did he get the tuba in there? It's the damn monkey, isn't it? Tell me it's not that, though. Mo wouldn't have done it. Ben wouldn't have done it. Max wouldn't have done it. And he wouldn't have asked Regina. There's nobody else. Is it the goddamn monkey? I swear to God if it is. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. We did say that, but does the monkey count? I'm about to present a monkey in this courtroom. I hope everyone's ready. Jeez, it wasn't anyone else. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. I mean, the bus was shiny. That correlates, right?
Come on, Phoenix, I think we got it. I gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. Wow, this is really convoluted, though. I think it's just because I'm such a dolt that I came up with this one. It's the frickin' monkey, isn't it? Why else would... He's not a profile, he's evidence. I keep thinking the animals are profiles, they're not. Why else would he be in here? We haven't used him yet. Oh, this is so dumb. Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this.
A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. I mean, he did carry a tuba.
For instance, he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
No, we didn't order the monkey to steal it. No, I think Money just took it, and then it was there. So, he could have dropped the tube on the ringmaster. That could have been funny. What if it gone right over his head? The monkey stole it on his own and brought it back home. Is that true? He did have a lot of crap in your room. Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
What you need to say?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? If bronze isn't all that shiny.
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Oh, Phoenix, oh god!
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Oh god. Get her to VS. Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. Monkeys are strong. Like, even by their size and weight, they're like double the strength of humans, aren't they? Or something like it. Have you ever seen how strong like an orangutan or an ape is? Holy crap. They're like super... Even chimps can like kill a person. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Wait, did he just admit it? Oh.
Order, order. I said order. Miss Von Karma. Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
It's in his room, isn't it? Oh, I hope they go look.
This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case?
Well, in that event, something else must have been used as the murder weapon.
Well,
Or maybe this bust was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident? That's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. It wasn't an accident, though, was it? Uh-oh. Now I'm worried. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Oh boy. There it goes. This is too exciting. I don't want to stop, even though my throat is really bothering me.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
Oh.
don't be so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
How dare you call me a fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. It has to have been the bust and a rope with the cape on it. It has to have been. What else could it be? There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown saw the murderer. Who was it?
It was the frickin' bust, wasn't it? I'm going with it. Get out of here with your ass. Yeah. I don't know. He saw Max's butt.
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
No, it does, though. Listen. Au contraire, mon frère, it indeed does have something to do with the question. Oh. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Yeah, sorry I'm screaming. I'm very excited about this.
How is this possible?
It's simple, really.
What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw happened to be wearing a cloak.
Yeah, he put it on there. Oh, she's like slamming the frickin' desk. She's pissed. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on the bust as if they came into contact.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on there.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree?
Wait a minute. I've seen this before. Oh no! I think I know who it is! Wait, really though? Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys hang with me here for a minute. Hang on. Am I right about this? Yeah, because he's not wearing it. Okay, hang on. And an airplane. I think I'm right. I think I'm right about this. Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to just be quiet to think to myself and not tell you exactly what I'm thinking, but I think I'm right. Fool! Him?
You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? Yeah, girl, I got it. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint, because Russell was wearing it outside, wasn't he? He was. He was wearing it outside because when Ben and Trilo saw him, he was wearing the cloak because it was cold. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Oh, I'm sorry, this is going to be another long episode, jeez. Acro used the rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out over his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. This was the picture I was thinking of when I was like, I've seen something. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Or it was cold. And he's bald, he needs a hat. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance, yup, just like I said, by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. Oh, look at this! And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Wait a minute now! Oh no, wait a minute! Now I'm really worried. Oh no, you guys! Theoretically, don't say anything now, because remember, I've played this for the first time. Did he think he was killing Max? Oh no, now I'm worried. Because he wouldn't have known. He wouldn't have known. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, the hat falls off. Oh, good God. That's awful. It just gets snagged on it. Is that what happened? Okay. I mean, that's a little bit far-fetched, let's be honest. It is a little bit. And then he pulls it up. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. Eh? Right. With the shock of impact, threw up the cloak and got snagged onto the bust. I guess that could happen. That's when the sound was heard by a witness and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. He saw this. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Akron actually went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. And that's why there was no footprints. Primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. Oh, wow, what a ride. He didn't know who he was killing, did he? Oh, shoot. I can't believe this. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. Oh, no. He didn't know, did he? That's going to be the twist on all this, isn't it? Oh, shoot. I hope I'm wrong. Because if I'm right, that's terrible. Now you actually know how the murder took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Are you alright? I'm a little worried now. Well,
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he's come to the end of his rope now. Huh? That was a pun. It was good.
So,
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded talent. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Do we?
Evidence?
Sorry, there's a very loud car going on outside. I'm very sorry for that.
In this court, only two things matter, the power of evidence and the power of my whip.
I mean, the second one really doesn't matter.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Of what? I just explained how there can be only one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Oh, right!
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
Can I remember what he said? It was something about the symbols, wasn't it? Present some evidence to court that backs up your claim. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. I think I know what it is then. If it was about the symbols. I think I know what it was. Didn't he say that he saw the hat, he saw the cloak, but he didn't see the roses? Because the roses are on the front of the cloak, and if the cloak went on backwards, like what the picture just showed us, and I'm not sure if I can go by that, he wouldn't have seen them. Or did he say he saw the roses and it was because... It's one or the other, but I think I'm on the right track. I can't remember if he said he did see them or didn't. It has to be this all the same. This is the only thing that shows it. Alright, let's try it. The problem is Max's three symbol. Yeah, I knew it. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat, right? There's only one explanation for that. So Mo was telling the truth the entire time. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Now let's see which one was the roses were, because I couldn't remember.
Makes sense if you look at it that way. He did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court?
Oh, it was Ben that said that.
He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night.
But the clown's testimony doesn't match. Exactly, okay.
Clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Yeah, because it's what I said. It was turned around. Of course I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Wouldn't see them, or they'd be smushed or fallen off. Could be anything. Yeah, they're covered in this.
Do you get it yet?
If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Like the back of your bust that has just bust open? Wait, what? Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side. Okay, so I was right the first time. It was one of those two. Thank goodness. Thank goodness this game holds your hand a little. I think I'd be doomed otherwise. Boy, this is something. Yeah, you're telling me.
Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
Oh. What's going on? Something's happening. I gotta stop this video soon, holy crap.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster.
Oh no, here it comes. Am I right about this? Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. He thought he was killing somebody else.
Thus, there is absolutely no way he would kill someone like the ringmaster.
I pray that this isn't what we're going down, but I think it is. Oh no.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive. Are we gonna get a break, please, so I can think about this?
It seems this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to...
Yes, thank you.
I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess.
Good God. Oh, I'm worried about the next one. Bring some tissues. If I'm right, this is going to be thrown all up in the air, and oh no, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, isn't it? Wow, this is getting so good. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. If you did like it, leave a like for me. It really does help, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and wow, I can't wait. Bye.